Yo, what up, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Crew. It's your boy K. Mims, the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. I got the ladies of the show, Brittany, Princess, Asia, what's happening?
Hey.
My brody DJ J Dub to hold it down. What's happening, bro?
What up? What up?
Man, I'm kind of embarrassed about what took place before we click go, bro. We don't gotta talk about it because we're a family, and it don't gotta make it to the live part of the show. Couple orders of business, man. If y'all have not done so already, please check out part one of a 3-part docuseries that we dropped. A full look at the behind the scenes of the Millennials vs. the World tour in DC. Also, September 28th, Raleigh, Durham area, we coming through. Tickets are live now on millennialsversustheworld.com. Early birds have already sold out. Early guarantee seating are under 10 left. Early bird guarantee seating is under 10 left. Early bird stop is Friday, so continue to tap in. We appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us. Because we're gonna get right into it, y'all. I'm not gonna say that up, brand. We gonna stay on top. All right, so unfortunately, some really heavy news. I don't know how many days it was ago now, but the recent passing of Rich Homie Quan at the age of 34. Say it's reported because I don't think they confirmed anything. I know they released a 911 call where his girlfriend came and said she saw him on the couch. She went to go drop the kids off, came back and realized he was breathless, called and everything. There are people saying it's an alleged overdose, whatever the case may be. Until it's confirmed, I'm not going to really get too far into that, man. I'll start by saying, condolences to his family, to his kids, his girlfriend, all his parents, because they got to live with that forever. Death is never easy. And I think the craziest part before we give our perspectives is like, bro was young. He wasn't like super late. Like he's our age essentially. You know what I'm saying? I'll open it up, man, before we get into, he's responsible for some crazy hits too. Flex, Type of Way, Lifestyle, Milk Marie. What Lifestyle? That's another one that I'm missing.
Walk through.
Blah blah blah.
Walk through. Yeah.
Walk through.
Yeah.
So like he's going crazy. But what's y'all thoughts on that news, man, of the passing of Rich Homie Quan?
Shocking. It was for me. It caught me off guard. There's a few artists that hits home all the time for me, and he's one of those. I have him in like my Aaliyah bag because she was. I said this before. When she passed away, it was like, oh my God, he's one of these oh my God moments. Because I mean, of course, you don't expect to see it coming, but it really threw me even more so than God rest his soul from Migos.
Take off.
Even Takeoff. Like when Takeoff passed, it was like, damn, that sucks. But to hear about Rich Homie Quan, it just, I don't know, it sent a shock through my system. He really did have some hits, and I feel like he was underrated. Like a lot, if millennials, we vibe with him, but a lot of nowadays or people didn't really play his music as much as they should. I know Walkthrough got played out, but I feel like he wasn't given his flowers enough for me anyway. I feel like he could have been given more because he just has some hits, man. Every time it comes on, everybody got hype. It's just a matter of times people actually played the music. I don't think it was enough. So this is me giving him his flowers, although he's below ground. Shout out to Rich Homie Quan.
For sure.
Make shout out.
Anybody else with your thoughts on it?
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Britt was saying. I think that a lot of times people don't get their flowers because we feel like we have like this eternity to live. Like nobody, saw Rich Homie being 34. Basically, people feel like they have time to give people their flowers. And you don't understand what people are battling behind the scenes. Me personally, it caught me off guard too because I didn't even know he had an addiction. To be honest, I mean, I know a lot of artists, they do different things and, dip and dabble. And I didn't know it was that bad though. So I don't know what the autopsy will say. I think it's very unfortunate that the way he passed, especially with his baby mama and his son seeing him that way, especially his son seeing like that's the last time he saw his dad on the couch. Basically, I think that's traumatizing within itself. It's just unfortunate. I was shocked as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
is it confirmed? I don't know this. Was it because he stated he was battling an addiction, or is that something that's like kind of known information to the public as
I
far as
think
his?
that's what they were reporting.
Mm-hmm.
When the news
Mm-hmm.
came out, that's what all of the like social media outlets and everything was reporting. I don't know about the autopsy and like if it's confirmed, but that's what everybody reported. So I think that's what everyone's going with. And I think people have been posting clips of him in like a recent interview or something saying that he had stopped. But yeah. So I think everybody's just going with what we saw.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you two therapists, really quick question, and answer it however you can or may. Is substance abuse, not saying that this is case, but I'm asking, like, when you hear drugs or you hear people going through depression, is that always directly, in your experiences, directly connected to a depression or to a major emotional trauma when somebody typically indulges into a substance on that level, or even if it's alcoholism? Is it usually tied closely with emotional trauma or depression, X, Y, and Z?
Off mute.
Yeah.
I think like in my, I was literally just talking about this less than an hour ago. I think that for some people it can be, definitely, but I think it's just because we have to understand like it is an addiction, right? So it might start off as just a coping skill. For some people, it's just like something that they try a couple of times, right? And I think because of that, it becomes an addiction, and then it kind of spirals from there, right? I think there is a level for some people of hopelessness that they don't feel like they can, that they can quit. They don't feel like there's nothing that matches that level of pleasure, because we do have to talk about, right, like anything that folks are addicted to, not even substances, there is a level of a component of pleasure, right, and coping, and for some people escapism. And so to then say, okay, don't do it at all, for some people it's like, okay, well now what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Right, like well, what am I supposed to replace it with? And then a lot of times we give them things that don't match that same level, and so it's kind of it's hard to break those addictions, outside like the chemical things that happen to the brain, right? But yeah, in my experience.
So,
Yeah.
so and this is the last thing I say, and this is I'm trying to, respectfully. What are y'all thoughts on like the posts by the other people? I don't want to. This is wow. Have you all been seeing the posts that others been putting out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all thoughts on like after someone has, transition, people not being respectful of close family and posting things that they said that we don't know if these people were known to the public, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all thoughts on people posting about him and not really being considerate of the situation? Because that, to me, that's a bit wild.
So I do think that it's a bit wild, but I also feel like he must have had some form of relationship with those people, with those individuals. And so honestly, they're grieving as well. Do I necessarily feel like they should go on the internet and be posting stuff when he has a current girlfriend? No. But I can also at the same time see why they would. Because it's like he's not here anymore to say like fall back, essentially. So it's rude, it's disrespectful, but I also get it because that doesn't discount whatever it was that was being done in the dark.
For sure.
Yeah. My biggest thing is like, what purpose? I guess for me, it's like, what purpose does it serve? Like, why? I mean, if you need to get that off, then fine. But I just feel like just leave it where it's at. You wasn't doing it before, so now you do things when the man is gone and can't even, like Princess said, defend himself to a certain degree. So what purpose is it serving you?
Yeah, because it's like, when were those text messages? When were those photos taken?
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend, baby mama, she already found them. So it's like trauma on trauma for her, because it's like now she's finding out that was he cheating on her with like 5 different women at the same time. Like it's just it's a lot, and it's very inconsiderate.
For sure. Yeah, that's just that's one of those things where it's just like nobody wins in that case, in my opinion. Nobody wins. Like even the chicks posting, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to go to services, and then like you said, Princess, just putting trauma on top of trauma. But nevertheless, man, RIP to Rich Homie Quan, man. Hell of an artist, hell of a person, going too soon. Just condolences to his family. You know what I'm saying? Prayers up to them. All right. So recently, I think Saturday or Sunday, I can't believe we got Kendrick Lamar to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans next year. I feel very strongly about this. I'm not gonna lie. I've argued with my wife for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Let me disclaimer. I rock with Kendrick Lamar. He's not a Super Bowl artist to me though. Like if he didn't get Not Like Us, like would you even be like, bro, he's not a Super Bowl artist. Like, and the debate, and I want y'all opinion on this. My debate to my wife was like, she said nobody was saying nothing when Beyonce did New Orleans in 2013, I think it was, because the big thing is like Wayne's not doing New Orleans, right? So there was like, she was like, when Beyonce did New Orleans in 2013, nobody had nothing to say. My thing is like, I hear that, but like Beyonce has crossover appeal because the Super Bowl is not just a black thing, right? The Super Bowl is way bigger than just us. So you gotta have that crossover appeal to be able to even do that. Wayne has proven records that crossed over, multiple records that crossed over. You know what I'm saying? I love Kendrick, but I'm just like, dog, unless he brings somebody out, that ain't a Super Bowl halftime to me. What y'all think? What y'all thoughts on Kendrick being the Super Bowl, the new Super Bowl performer versus Lil Wayne or versus anybody else?
I agree with you. I do definitely feel like it should be Wayne. But I think to your point with the example that you used with Beyonce performing at the Super Bowl years ago, although Beyonce has roots in New Orleans, she's still not from there. The arguments start because of Jay-Z. Prior to Jay-Z taking over the talent, it didn't matter like where the Super Bowl was. We were just thankful if one of us got the opportunity. But now that we have a black man of power in the seat, we have higher expectations. Us as the culture, as black people, have higher expectations of who we expect for Jay-Z to put. And honestly, personally, I feel like he's been bringing it every year. But I do feel like it would make sense for Wayne to do it in New Orleans. And I also agree that, in my opinion, Kendrick is not a Super Bowl artist. It's not that I dislike him, but I just don't think that, like you said, I feel like he needs to bring people out. It reminds me of like, let's just say if they gave J. Cole this opportunity, I would feel the same way. And I love Cole.
For sure.
Like nobody wants to see Cole at the Super Bowl though. Like it just doesn't, he's not a Super Bowl artist. So yeah.
Anybody else got thoughts on Kendrick doing the Super Bowl next year?
Asia.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about Kendrick. Y'all know how I feel about Kendrick. I guess aside from like just being a fan of his, from a business perspective, right? I think that another part of the Super Bowl, because for a while, people were going off of, they were not watching the halftime show, right? And so that means that they're losing money. So from a financial perspective right now, the person that's hot right now that does have stadiums of people singing a particular lyric, even if it is one song, it is Kendrick, right? And even if we look at the politics of it all, Jay-Z and Birdman have had this feud forever. And y'all know how that goes. Like Wayne is just guilty by association, I think. So where I do agree that, Kendrick, I think that there might have been other people that could have been put in that position. I think for the wave that he did and the numbers that he did, he's the smartest financial decision right now. That people will not be looking away from their screens and they are going to keep actually watching the halftime show. Literally, I think just to hear the whole stadium of people singing the lyrics to one particular song. And I think he is going to bring out a lot of people and all the things. So I'm looking at it from, I think, a business perspective and the politics of it all.
Yeah.
Really quick. Go ahead, Princess. I'm sorry.
Damn, you made me lose my thought. It's okay. Go ahead.
It's my fault.
Yeah. I had it, but as soon as you started talking, I lost it. I'll let you know.
Did he come out in Cali last year? Did Kendrick come out when they went to Cali with Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and all them? They didn't bring Kendrick on in. Did they?
No.
I
don't think so.
I don't think he did.
And like Asia, I hear you. I really do. But like, that's my thing. Like, they didn't bring him out in his home state. Like, granted, he's not a Snoop Dogg. He's not a Snoop Dogg, Dre, and all them. But like, if 50 Cent get pulled to the Super Bowl in Cali, and Kendrick has to get that same love being in Cali, he ain't get a quick little snippet and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's just now, granted, I'll go as far as saying this. I'm going to double down on Wayne and Drake Super Bowl wise over Kendrick any day.
Oh,
because you
absolutely.
got
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
I remember what I was going to say.
Go ahead, Princess.
This is also my prediction. This Super Bowl performance is going to piss people off.
Okay.
It's going to piss a lot of people off because we already know, like, the person that Kendrick is, what he focuses on, is going to be very much so like when Beyonce did the Super Bowl and it caused an uproar when she was all that Black Power stuff. It's going to be the same thing, but in a male form. So I foresee backlash from this for sure. Kendrick is not going to get this major platform and not stand 10 toes down for his people.
That's facts.
And it's going to make people uncomfortable. So I see that coming as well. Yeah, I think it's going to be another like Beyonce situation at the Super Bowl where she pissed everybody off.
For sure, 110%. Anybody else on Kendrick during the Super Bowl?
I got a few things. Number one, I agree with what Asia was saying. Based off a financial standpoint and hits right now, and who's hot and who has that record, is definitely Kendrick. Do I think it's a slap in the face to Wayne? Absolutely. Because when it was in the West Coast, I felt like they represented 110% with the people they needed to for the West Coast. Yeah, they did bring 50 out, but they had the heavy hitters. I don't see anything being done in New Orleans without Wayne and Birdman, especially the stamp that they put, out for they state, they city, all that stuff. I don't see anything moving without them. Me, I see it like you said, a Wayne and Drake. Then you bringing out Juvenile. Like I'm thinking a whole, reunion type of deal for New Orleans, but. Kendrick, I think that he's not a halftime performer. He's definitely going to do some Black Power stuff, but I think it's going to be so not overly spiritual, but so much deep shit that everybody going to be like, all right, bro, let me just go get me a beer real quick. Nobody's going to really be tuning in.
Hey, Jay, you stupid, man. All right, bro, let me get a beer real quick.
Anything that he's done, I just don't think that's the correct platform for him to do that. Because Kendrick is an artist. He's an amazing talent. I just don't think at the halftime show that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, so now me and my dog Asia, we about to get into the topics of the night, man. We bringing the vibe. All right, so as millennials, you know what I'm saying? Millennials, we grew up a certain way. We were talking about, I was laughing at, y'all weren't laughing at that, how we came up, money and things of that conversation. So this is the question that I like to pose to everyone. Okay. All things considered, where you're at in your life, how you move, what you know, the people you're around. If you were given $1 million right now, would it be life-changing or would it just be a lot of money? If somebody dropped off $1 million on your doorstep, like bow, is it life-changing for you? Or it's just like, I got a whole lot of money and I could do a couple of things, but I got to still live my life the way it is.
Damn.
You said life-changing or what? Just a lot of money?
So, meaning like, what I mean, like, if
it's both.
Yeah. I was about to say both of them.
Let me explain though. Let me explain. Depending on where you at, $1 million will put you in a good spot, but you still life-changing means your whole lifestyle changes. Like I ain't got to do nothing that I'm doing right now.
Got you.
Because I got this to do this. A lot of money is like, I'm better, but I still got to keep working and doing what I'm doing, and I could probably be good some years on. Does that give good
Yeah.
clarification?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's just a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to, maybe, I could definitely not work for a period of time. Like, I'm going to have to start back unless I really do some good things with that. But I'm just thinking, like, from a financial standpoint, the bare minimum of a house is like $500,000 now.
Yeah.
So even if I took that and like bought a home in cash, okay, that's $500K left over, maybe, depending on how much the home costs, maybe $400K. I probably need to keep working.
Yeah.
Or if I do take off 1 year, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself taking off 1 year.
Not 1 year. I think the $1 million for me, I agree with you, Prince. It's just a lot of money. Once you think about the houses and also not only that, the property tax and upkeeping that $1 million, that, the things that you buy, I look at it as, me personally, I'm speaking for me. I don't know all the ins and outs and the avenues to invest properly right now. So if I did have that information, I think I could stretch that $1 million. But because I have that lack of knowledge right now, me going out buying like you said, you don't have to be a mansion. We're talking about 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom,
Right.
for like a cool $500-600.
Exactly.
So I think with the economy the way it is right now, it's just a lot of money. That's all.
Or more, depending on where you stay.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know how much is a like a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom in like DC, Maryland, Keenan?
800, 850.
Yeah, see, keep working. Let's
because you buy a house, you know.
That's
keep working.
Yeah.
See, that's
800.
crazy.
No, that's real talk though. Especially if you wanted to have like, so like you can go a lot of times up here, and then Brittany, I'm going to throw it to you. A lot of times up here, you can have 4 bedrooms, but they're gonna be like a 7x5. The last 2 gonna be like a 7x5, where
that's a
you
close.
can't really. But that's how it is. Asia, up north, is it not like that up north, Asia?
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. But Brittany, what's your thoughts? Is it life changing or just a lot of money?
I'd have to say it's a lot of money because I spend a lot of money uncontrollably. I have no self-control. So I feel like it's a lot of money in terms of I'd have to still work to keep up, to please myself. So life-changing, I don't see myself going out and buying and doing all these crazy fancy things and blowing $1 million like that fast for it to be life-changing, for me to be up here doing this or buying this fancy car and keeping up with the Joneses. That's not who I am to begin with. So yeah, the only thing I will buy is a nanny. First $5,000.
Hey, that crossover the life changer right there.
Yeah.
Hey, that crossover the life changer right there.
I still gotta work. Got a nanny.
But that's a lot less stress. Hey, Brittany, can she be a live-in nanny? 25, 26?
How old?
Hey, this man wild.
25, 26.
Hey, this man
25, 26. Can she be a live-in? I'm at. Hold on, Jay. I'm talking to my sister Brittany real quick. I'm just asking, like, you said life change. Can she, fresh up out of college, little nanny, 25, 26?
No.
That's gonna be life changing.
Exactly right.
Hey, why not? Hey, I'm just saying, why not? Gave me a little. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. But Adrian, what about? You said what?
Said I don't need a little teeny bopper walking around this house. No,
I'm not gonna really say what I want. A little German nanny about 80.
Is it a collective decision? Is it a collective decision on the nanny?
As for me and my household, yes.
So he get input on the nanny too.
Oh, you saying he get the picker?
No, it's is it collaboration about who the nanny is?
Yes, he gets to scout, but he's very smart. Yeah. And he knows my answer already. He's not stupid enough to try me like that. No.
He gonna be like, yeah, I like Sarah. He gonna look at Brittany and be like, nah, I ain't fucking with her. You right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, nah.
That was a bad shit.
Hey, can it be a little living? I'm just asking, can it be a living nanny, bro? That's it. That's crazy. That's what I really heard. That's what's best for the kids because they get 24-hour care around the clock. So no matter where they're at.
Right.
both
So
moms.
messy.
You are so
Yeah, he
messy.
is. Hey, you wild tonight, bro.
Jay, I heard like if you get a live in, it's like you wake up, you might find everybody in that room, babies,
Yeah.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? I heard
Yeah.
this is good for the.
Good night,
This
man.
is wild.
I-
You're unhinged tonight. You
Yeah,
are
please.
unhinged.
Hey,
tonight.
my bad. But I was just asking. But hey, so what about you? Is it a lot of money or is it life changing?
So what I think is something that you were kind of like alluding to earlier. It's like, is it a lot of money? Yes, but I think what will happen to my life because of that million, I really think is life changing. Like for me, I will be able to, like for me, and I guess it's speaking like my current situation, I don't want like a single, like a house. I want like a townhome, right? I can get a decent townhome, and I can get, I can get a better car. I can pay off all of my debt. So for me, that means that my paycheck, because once again, I love what I do, but that's mine now. I don't have to worry about any of the things. And so for me, it's like, what's funny though, is because I realize now I kind of live my life where I'm like, am I really paying back these student loans for real? So I think because I live in that state of like, it's there, but I'm acting like it's not. I think that's what makes me feel like it would just be a lot of money. But I think the truth of the matter is, because I will be able to remove a lot of debt and a lot of barriers that way. For me, I'm like, yeah, I think that would be life changing. That I can now, you know what I'm saying, like invest the amount of money that I want to invest in. That I can do certain things without having to think about, am I robbing Peter to pay Paul type of thing. You know what I mean? So for me, it would be life changing.
For sure,
Because of that.
110%. I'll just go to say, I think similar. So I think for me, it's a lot of money for two reasons. That will probably be the only way I actually do pay student loans, me and my wife's. And I'm gonna be real, like I don't even know if I would pay my house off. I might just pay it down to be something that is like, okay, this is cool, and then use the money elsewhere. I do think as it progressed and got later on in life, it then will become life changing. You know what I mean? Because I think about this, like even trying to set my kids up. Once you pay a little debt here, pay a little debt there, put a little something away for them, it's like, damn, we can't even really stick and move the way you want to. You know what I mean? But I will say this: I think $1 million, as I've gotten older, and as over time, I think I said this when I had come up with the question. I was talking to my wife. It's like I think another thing is when you get a certain age and you start making a certain amount, you realize that you've made that in your lifetime, so it doesn't seem so far fetched anymore. You know what I mean? Like as time progresses, you're like, damn, I've done this, even though it's over a span of years. It's still, you hear that when you're young, you're like, damn, I ain't gonna never ever see that type, and then you realize, shit, I fucked up and 40,000 in childcare last year. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you really realize like
That's wild.
yeah. It's reckless. It's reckless.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all ain't have to. Okay, just forget about my feelings.
No, you need a nanny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay. Hey, 24/7 only. Live in.
That's
Tenant.
crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Come on, Asia.
What if your nanny was a dude?
My kids have a father.
Alexa, play They Not Like Us.
Okay.
Hey, Jay, my kids got a dad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You got a nanny and then you got Nathan.
You know what I'm saying? They got a father.
Yeah, Nathan got to go home.
They got a mom too, right? Like
So yeah, they do.
So, Princess, let me ask you, what are you envisioning when you ask that question? Because I think you envision
some ignorance, some effing ignorance.
Yeah, what made you ask?
I'm just flipping the question that he asked Britt back to him, like, you know,
Grace,
what was her answer?
College,
getting milk out the fridge.
You want to know what? Hey, look. I'll say this. I'll say this.
Like Melvin off Baby Boy.
A girl, a woman. Let's go with age 25. I'm not gonna lie. This is not gonna sound well. I'm gonna judge a young man that just coming out of college being a nanny. If that's how you getting out and live before that, okay. But if you came out of college just being none, dog, I'm judging you. That's just me being honest. Secondly, like I think a nanny needs that nurture factor, like holistically, and women got that more. even if they are younger, she's still gonna have that more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all know any male nannies?
I'm sure we could find one.
No, do you know any? Princess over there trying to have a bachelorette party with AJ. She's trying to have a bachelorette party with that male nanny.
Like, those are male strippers.
Yeah,
Them ain't no damn nannies.
No,
they out there in a bow tie.
We could post the ad on IG. We can see what we can find.
Go care.com. They got some, I'm sure.
Yeah, nah.
Okay.
Hey, if he went through that whole process just to be on care.com with a professional picture, I'm good. he better be trapping off Craigslist or something. Nah, dog, don't be like, nah. Come on, man. But nah, AJ, I'm throwing it over to you.
All right, y'all. So we talk about this a lot, just like navigating adult friendships, making friends as adults and all the things. So how do you make up after a disagreement? Like with the friends that you have as an adult, how do y'all make up after having a disagreement? And are there like certain boundaries that every friend gets? Like, is it like, all right, now, like, all right, for you, because I've been friends with you since high school, is that different than the person that you just became friends with? Is it like because you did this particular thing that looks a little bit different and how you actually work through the disagreement? How does that go for y'all?
That's a good question. I'll answer this one first. Definitely have boundaries for a time frame. Like you said, AJ, if I've been rocking with you for a minute, us not talking to each other is going to affect me heavily. Because I'm thinking of, it's going to make me hold myself more accountable. Was I wrong? Did I say something out of pocket? Kind of make me look at the situation a little bit different. Versus somebody that's kind of new. Yeah, I'm okay with that if we stop talking. I don't really think about it too much. It never really crossed my mind, honestly. I think the more important thing is knowing that me and Keena had this conversation the other day. Sometimes in conversations and friendships and brotherhood, whatever, sisterhood, whatever you guys have, sometimes you have to understand there's a lot of things that you say you can't come back from. And whether you've been friends for 20 plus years or 2 years, I think it's more so the intent of the conversation and knowing who that person is. Because me and Keenan got into it plenty of times. But we realized that, like, I'll sit back and reflect sometime and be like, but I know who he is as a person. Like, so he didn't mean it with bad intent. You get what I'm saying? Versus somebody new, I'm like, man, they probably just, reckless with it. So for me, it has a lot to do with the type of relationship I have with that person.
That's good.
Touche, Jay. Touche.
Yeah, fuck you.
Britt, what you think?
Why you came to me?
Get him, Britt.
I've learned that I used to be a person that kind of tried to reconcile things a lot, right? Because I felt like people needed to. I had an expectation of people. Let me put it like that. In my 30s, I now match energy, so I don't care how long we've been friends. I feel like if you prioritize me as much as I prioritize you, I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to ask you 1,050 times. We're both adults. I'll bring it up to you, of course, if something bothers me or if something bothers you and you bring it up to me, we can have that conversation. But if you're not grown enough to have that conversation and come up with a resolution, the back and forth, like when I tell y'all I have this much time, like zero. So for me to go back and forth with a grown adult, you don't value our friendship enough. Or for you to walk away without trying to come up with some sort of resolution. How can we resolve this? How can we, quote unquote, reset our friendship? You were seasonal, and that's okay. People outgrow each other. And I think that's a very hard lesson to learn, especially as an adult, because I tried my best to carry some of my high school friends into my college life and college friends into my now life. There's people that I've met 2 years ago that I'm closer to than the people that I've rocked with 10, 20 years ago or whatever. That it's the simple things, checking in, so friendship dynamics, they do change. That doesn't mean I value you any less. However, people do outgrow each other. And if it's your season, it's your time, there's a door, my dear. May God bless you, and many, many ways. And that's it.
What if they try to come back after that? Okay, say scenario, say what you said was true. You match energy. Okay, they found out they were wrong. They came and wanted to be back friends. What does that look like in reconciliation?
Sure. If we're friends, if we've been friends for a long time, cool. However, I now know where to place you, right? Because just like there's growth in things, I've grown too as a person, and so have you. I've changed as a human, and so have you. So the things that I used to do, and let's go to the mall. We're not doing that no more. Like, we're friends. I care about you. I'll check in. How are things? If you need me, I'm here, right? But that buddy has now been pushed back a little bit to the back burner because you've shown me your hand at this point in your life, at this stage in your life. You've shown me with your, what do they say, like your true colors, whatever, and that's okay. I don't love you any less. I just know where to place you in my life.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, boom, there it is. Princess, what you think?
I agree really with everything that's been said. I definitely feel like people are in your life for seasons, even when you don't want them to be. I've had like a few really, really like close friendships that I, like from middle school, high school, that I never, college, that I never would have thought that it would have ended. My rule of thumb is I always give the space for a conversation. After the conversation, if like the conversation wasn't genuine, or you still acting funny after the conversation, then I'm one of them ones that like you don't have to worry about me. Like because I go into it with an open heart with that conversation where we both have the floor to express ourselves. After that, if it's still iffy, or you feeling some type of way, acting funny, I definitely know where to place you. And like Britt said, like if this is someone I've been rocking with, like that used to be my, like, what I'm saying? No bad blood or anything like that. Love you, but definitely love you from a distance.
Can I ask y'all a question? I know it's my turn next, but can I ask y'all a question? This is for Brittany, Princess, and I'm Asia, you too, but I'm just gonna ask. And I mean this respectfully. Is it hard being like really close friends with women? I hear all the time, like when women, like me and Jay, like he said, we done got into it. The one thing I want to clarify on what Jay said, I ain't never said nothing to Jay that I couldn't come back from. Like we done got high energy, but I ain't never said nothing crazy that I couldn't come back from. However, I hear a lot of things, and my wife even said this to me. She's like, you lucky dudes are different. Like our reconciliation is just different. Like it's not a lot of lingering feelings. It's not a lot of going back to. It's kind of like, okay, we handled and got on. Is it hard being friends with women? Asking straight up, honestly. When it comes to that part, not like friends in the happy part, like, but if y'all in disagreement and y'all are working through it, is it hard doing that with a woman?
I definitely feel like it's harder than a man. I think it's harder than with men because women are, we're obviously more emotional creatures. But I will say that stereotypical cattiness, like going on a girl's trip, next thing you know, 6 months later, all of y'all not friends no more. I don't live that type of life where with those type of friends. So my friends that I have, like majority of them, like we've been friends 10 plus years. So even, and I honestly, I don't get into many major disagreements with my friends. Like we might say something that might rub each other the wrong way and we talk about it. But as far as like fallouts, that's not something that's really common in my friendship circles that I have currently.
Sorry, I'm not trying to dig deep, but I'm really interested in this conversation. And Brittany and Asia, I want y'all to answer, but Princess, I want to follow up to that. Is it because there's certain things y'all don't talk about, or there's certain things that don't get discussed, or there's a distantly close type of relationship where you don't have situations to get into it about? Does my question make sense? Like you okay. Yeah. Does it make sense though? Does the question make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I feel like even the conversations that we need to have that are hard, we have it, but in a respectful way. Like if it's something going on in your life that I just feel like, I don't agree with, like I'm able to tell my friends and we're able to move on from it. Even if there's a period where what I said may have like it stung you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you couldn't stand me in the moment. So maybe you stopped talking to me for a couple of weeks. After a couple of weeks, when you get over it, we start back talking again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a matter of like, oh, we're upset with each other. It's just that someone tells you something that maybe you don't want to hear in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Even if what I said was right, and even if I, however I said it, whether it was nice, whether it wasn't nice, if someone tells you something about yourself or a situation that you're going through and you're not ready to hear it right then, someone's going to take it a certain type of way regardless.
Yeah.
And so most times, we just take a step back and then we reconvene whenever we're ready to reconvene. But we don't fall out over it versus people who have fickle friendships, they'll just completely fall out over that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Britt, I'm at Britt. Then Asia, is it? Oh yeah, go ahead, Asia. I want to hear this.
No, I was just gonna say it's interesting because I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and it was this woman. I was trying to find her name, but she basically was talking about that, right? She's done so much research on just women's relationships because they are so complex and so unique. And one of the things that she found, Danielle Bayer Jackson, one of the things that she found is like a lot of times we don't even know how to fight for our friendships, like as women. Sometimes we are just like, okay, cool. Like it's not, we live in this, like, if it doesn't serve me, then okay, bye. Without actually doing the work of, yeah, there are some relationships that definitely need to end. But there are also some relationships and some dynamics that it's like, if we've been friends since high school, and then I went away, like in my situation, I have friends that I've been very close with since high school, but like I moved away. We did not go to the same college. And then we all live in different states. So every time we get back together, they only know me or they always go back to the way that I was in high school. I'm a very, very different person. And so I find that the friendships that I've actually had the longest are sometimes a little bit more difficult to have those conversations with than the friends that I have made more recently because they know me as I am right now. I'm pretty settled in how I am and how I operate. And so my friends now, they know the small things about me that friends that I've had for a longer period of time that I have not seen or I don't see on the regular that they don't even know about me anymore because that part of me might have changed. Right. And so I think it's about learning how to evolve with the people that you're in friendships with and being willing to realize, oh, they might not be the same person. Is the present me willing to be friends with the present you? That may or may not be true. Like if I met some of my friends now as they are in high school,
that's good.
I don't know that we will be as cool, right? And vice
That's
versa.
real though.
And so I think it's being able to like know how to end friendships well, because I think that's important. And then I think also just learning which ones are the ones that are worth fighting for and how to do that.
That's good.
So I'll answer the original question. So for me, as Jay has stated before, you know what I'm saying? Me and my friends have had some intense conversations. You know what I mean? I think with dudes, my friends, we more like if we get into it, it's like it's like a tidbit of aggression. We get off, but like, oh yeah, we gonna see about that shit tomorrow though. Like we gotta go tonight, but we gonna tap back into this tomorrow. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like we gonna rap about it. Me, I'm very big on like I can't start the next thing without closing that off. We don't have to agree. We don't have to like come to like peace treaty, be like, oh hey bro, we straight. Nah, but if it's a real true issue, I can't let it go until we come to some type of next step. If the next step is let it breathe, bro, we're not on that. We're not gonna bring it up until said time. Cool. If next step is like, nah, dog, like you said some records, I need you to, justify or verify that. Cool. But I think the thing is, like, Brittany, I actually said this to you, but we were talking about something else. It's hard for me to see. I've only fell out with one close friend my whole life, and I never saw it coming. Never saw it coming. And to this day, I can openly say I miss him. It's not the same, but like it was a life decision. You know what I'm saying? But in that very same regard, it's like, okay, my other friends, I don't want to go through that shit. Like, hey man, all right, and we ain't gonna talk for a little bit, but we'll get it together when we got to come back around. As far as boundaries go, my boundaries are the same with everybody. If we talking and you say something, my wife, my kid, you win. I don't get into that. You say your wife, your kid, bro, I ain't messing with that. I don't say nothing at all. If you have something going on that's dealing with your family, because every time it come to mind, I'm riding with that anyway. So my friends say that. Now, when I say don't talk about it, I mean like say if it don't even matter if you lying. Say if it's about coming to something or something about if you can or can't do something, and you say my wife, my kid, or my baby, oh, you good, bro? Go ahead. I ain't gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be nothing because I don't play about that. You know what I'm saying? My two rules. If you got my last name and you live in my house, both gotta apply. Then ain't nobody. That's just my thing. So if those people have your last name and they stay in your crib, well, I'm not messing with it. Those really my only boundaries. I don't really, you know what I'm saying, mess with that too far. Too far.
Got you. That makes sense. Britt, did you want to add to that?
The moral of the story is,
I need to see y'all mad, man. I need to see y'all mad.
Get a brick. Get a brick.
Nah,
I need to see y'all mad.
Why?
You don't want to see
I ain't
me.
saying me.
No,
That's not.
I don't even like myself when I'm mad.
Yeah, nah.
Damn.
In the word Asia in prison, you want to hear from her or you want to hear from me?
Hey, I no, the way Princess, one time when we was at DC, Brittany, go ahead. I'm sorry, I took over you about to say.
No,
I don't even know what you was about to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keenan, because my thought flew away like a butterfly.
No, you can find it.
Because
I don't know what you about to say about DC. I don't know.
no, I'm gonna leave it there. I
don't know what I've done.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 of them things in. Brittany, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was gonna say. I can only compare that with like I feel like women are so emotionally, like Princess was saying, emotionally tied to things and have an expectation of a level of intimacy or support or whatever word you want to use. It's almost like our friends are like brother sister type thing, and for men it's like a cousin, that close cousin, right? Like in my lived experience. So I feel like brother sister, we naked like this. What's going on? Whatever. Cousins like, I'm gonna check you about it. Okay, cool. We're gonna rap about it, and then we're gonna be cool the next day. We're gonna go out and do whatever. So it's just, I don't know. I feel like women, I haven't had a great experience with a lot of women in my life.
Women just hold on to stuff, man.
They just emotionally, like the pettiness, the cattiness. It's just, it's a lot. And also, I'll say this too. Personal experience. I feel like whatever you are in your life, because women have such an outlook on where they're supposed to be on life and the fairy tale and whatever, not saying that men don't, but women kind of, we're more dreamers, I guess, or whatever, Keenan.
Hey, Asia, you my partner tonight, dog. What you on? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Women don't know how to translate that sometimes, and that can turn into envy, and that can turn into jealousy, and that can later lead to, just a simple, quick argument about, it could be career, like, oh, or you finished school, or oh, you got a man, or oh, you got kids, I want a kid, like whatever it is. I just feel like we dream about certain things that we need, and so it can translate into that if your friends are on a different level than you are. That, and again, that's a personal experience that I've had with women.
I give you that. I'm gonna just say 2 things, then I'm gonna move to the third question. I'm sorry. I feel like in that case, let's use that very same regard, right? I feel like I'm not even gonna get into the vision dreamer thing, but like even in that same scenario, most dudes like, damn, boy, we lost a good one. Let's go out drinking tonight. We won't see him no more. Like we celebrate our friends going into that next step. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really like no crazy like, oh damn, we're like, oh shit, we about to lose one. And that's what it is. And this is personal experience from different dynamics. Bro, I don't know how do you, I'm just gonna say it. Women can be vicious in their thoughts when they into it with their friends. And women can hold on to things way longer than things need to be held on to, even if it's not big.
Yep.
It's like that one little thing still be there 6 conversations later, like, okay, keep trying to be funny. I'm like, dog, I don't think she was trying to be funny. I think she was just saying something regular. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard dynamic, but because I also feel like women's bonds are, and maybe this is what you were alluding to, women's bonds are way more intertwined. It's almost like once y'all become friends, like y'all cycle sync or something. It's crazy. It's like
they do sometimes.
But it does. It literally does.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like it'd be crazy. I'm like, yeah, nah, dog, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
I'm gonna say this real quick before you go to the third question. Number one, I think, and this is just, I'm just so fascinated by this topic, literally because I'm like, who knew there was like research on friendships like this? But that is what the woman, she was saying, basically. She's like, to Britt's point, she's like, yeah, like in women's relationships with other women, it is more like a sibling thing. And the level of intimacy that women have with other women, it actually runs deep. And I think because of that, I think sometimes, and this is the unfortunate part, because then you have some women that they have their expectations of women, of their women friendships, are extremely high. And so, like, I'll give a personal example. So I have like a friend, and I'm the type of person that I talk to everybody sort of like the same way. I don't have like I'm going to speak to you in a softer tone because you are my friend. I talk to everybody the same way. I just do. And so, but I have a friend that's a problem for her, right? Because for her, she is sharp. She's a very sharp person with everybody, unless you are her friend. And then she has this softness. And so for us, a lot of our disagreements have been because she's like, Asia, you're just being mean to me. And I'm like, because I didn't put like a cherry on top, what I said, I was never doing that. But for her, that's her expectation of her friends, right? And so I think that was just like an interesting something to what you said. And then the last part is, I think women, we do keep we tally the wrongs, and then we're like that nice nasty, where it's like we don't actually have the conversation. And when we do, it's like we kind of forgive the person, but then we kind of don't, because we're protecting our heart for real. So it's like, I'm just gonna keep you, I love you, we're still cool, but just in case it happens again, I'm gonna see it coming. And that's why over time you do have those friendships, and some people say, wow, I really didn't see the end of that friendship. And for some people it's like, yeah, that's because they've been keeping a tally for the past year and a half. So the last time you did something, that was the end of the road for them. Which that part sucks.
I have a quick question.
Let's get it.
So, like, I'm just thinking about male-female dynamic with friendships. So let's just say you have a friend, maybe a longtime friend, you fell out, but you still have love. Like, I love you from a distance, right? If there was ever a situation that came up where you felt the need to protect that person, when you separate from a friendship, are you still like ride or die? Or is it like F them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're loving them from a distance.
That's a hell of a question.
What is that dynamic like for y'all?
Damn, that was a good question.
For me, I'm still gonna stand 10 toes and protect them no matter what. I'm probably just not gonna say much about it. I'll just say like, yeah, let's not speak on that person, or I'm not gonna let you speak negative about that person. Just, okay, cool, that's your opinion. We just gonna move forward. But I'm never going, because I think, to me, if I did do that, like let you talk reckless about the person because we're not cool anymore, I was never really loyal and a real friend to that person anyway. In my opinion. If we ain't cool no more, like we don't gotta be speaking none of that stuff, but you not gonna just talk crazy about that person. I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna deflect it. I get it, that person. But even if I'm friends with you, if that person's not here, you're not gonna talk crazy, and I'm still gonna say the same thing. This person ain't here to defend themselves, so we're not gonna talk about that. That's just how I always been. But I mean, I'm not gonna overly, go over the top to defend, but I'm gonna deflect for sure. Like, yeah, let's not get on that subject.
So, Princess, I love that. First of all, that was a hell of a question. This is my thing. I got towed up on TikTok this week for saying percentages, but I'm gonna say them again. Like 80% of friends don't really fall out because of character, like their character. They fall out because of situations, right? So, like typically, like people don't have really bad character, but there was a misconception, there was miscommunication or something where people fall out, right? So I'm the type like, and I use this in real life. We still don't talk to this day. One of my very, very, was one of my very close friends. I never thought, I still don't feel like he's a bad person. Don't feel like his character is bad, so I won't let people attack his character. If you had a bad experience, you know what I'm saying, and you want to speak on that in a public setting, those are your words. But what you're not going to do is attack nobody's character. Why I don't feel like that's them. Even though siblings are deeper than friends in certain instances, like I didn't talk to my older brother almost 6 years. You won't gonna talk crazy about him though. You won't gonna say nothing about his character because he's not a bad person. We have our disagreements. We've been through what we went through, but like Paul's right there, dog. Like, no, you're not gonna speak on that. And the only way, I'm not gonna lie, the only way I will, Princess, cross over the effort if I know you not, if you talking bad about me in other places, I'm not gonna necessarily engage in the conversation, but I'm gonna release my responsibility to uphold that loyalty though. Like if that's the way you gonna handle it, I'm not going there. I'm not gonna put gas on that flame, but I'm like, yeah, I might step out the room now instead of saying like, hey, chill with that. That conversation is going on over there. I'm over here now. I'm not even going to bang with that because like I just, it's hard for me to see like if people fall out. If you got bad character, if I'm close to you, my friend, you're not a bad person to me. We just couldn't align in our lives. So I'm not gonna see you in a negative light like that. You know what I mean? But no, I'm gonna stay true to the brand, last name loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it down.
All right, shout out.
Hey, Brittany, about to eat breakfast. Go ahead. Mother.
I love y'all answers. They're great. I need to know how true are the facts that people are sharing in the room? Are they true? Because if they are, I'm just going to sit back and let the truth be told.
If it's true, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's true. Now, if you digging a hole and throwing somebody in the dirt because of your experience with them, that was not my experience. To both of y'all's points, right? Yeah, for sure. But I still don't feel a need to intrude and say like, hold on. You're talking too much. I'm gonna let you get what you need to get out because it's not my job to stop you. However, like you said, Keenan, I'm not going to engage in the conversation. I don't need to take the shovel and throw the dirt with you, right? I can be a bystander and just walk away. In my head, when I go home, I am pillow talking to my husband and see, I knew he was a low down dirty. She was a low down, whatever.
That's fair. If we being real, that's fair though. If we being real, that's fair though.
Yeah.
That was good. I don't want to take up time.
No, I'm not.
That was good. That was good though.
No, I don't mind. This is a good conversation. I don't mind. Go ahead. AJ, you good? You got something to say? No?
I could not find that mute button. No, I'm good. I was just gonna say because I'm in a situation like that right now, where like it used to be 3 of us, and now 2 of them do not speak. They don't rock with each other like that at all. And I'm still very close with both of them. And so I realized that I now have to, and because we're all like sisters, there are times I'm like, yeah, because we was both there when she was doing that. Like, that's crazy, right? But then I have to remind myself that like, I don't want to fuel either one of them. Because I oftentimes think now, if they make up one day, and now they sitting there and they're like, yeah, because Asia told me and Asia said this. I'm not trying to know. So for me, I sit there, to Britt's point, I let them say whatever they got to say about each other. And then I just say, I really think y'all should just talk one day.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, but that's just a conversation y'all are gonna have to have. Because I do want to give them space to say the thing, and what they're both saying is true. But you know, I don't want to be the bad guy.
I've been in that situation before too, Asia.
The mutual friend part makes it so hard.
Oh my God, yes.
It's like, bro, like, yo, like, because true story. The same guy, we still have a mutual friend, right? And the mutual friend told me some information that had, like, it wasn't anything negative. He was like, dang, bro, such and such happened. This happened to such and such. So me being the type of person I am, because it was a life-changing event, I had to reach out like, hey, I heard this. I hope all is well. We do not talk. Hope all is well. I heard this. I'm sorry that you're going through that X, Y, and Z. I then had to call our mutual friend and say, hey, bro, I don't want to know information like that, because if you tell me, I'm responsible for reaching out, because I think it's shiesty. Because certain, this is my rule of thumb. Certain things supersede falling out. You lose somebody, you know what I'm saying? You have a child. We don't got to see it eye to eye. We love them from a distance. Certain things supersede that. So, you know what I'm saying? So if something like that happened and the mutual friend tells me, because of how I believe in my character and my values, I ain't gonna have no conversation, but I'm gonna say, hey, bro, I'm sorry that's happened. Prayers up and move on. Because we're gonna have to eventually operate in the mutual space. So when you tell me things, I now feel responsible to say something, because we got a mutual friend. So we're gonna be around each other, and we're not gonna be sitting here contemplating what someone does or does not know. That is my rule of thumb with a mutual friend, though.
But are you not gonna see it on social media? Are you not friends with that person on social media?
The person don't have social media, so
okay.
I only get
and get the information from the mutual friend.
Yeah, and it was like but it was like he was telling. He wasn't calling to talk about a person. He was telling in passing. I'm like, damn, but don't tell me that, bro, because then I'm responsible for reaching out. I don't like that. Because then it made me feel like you're saying shit about me too. So don't be doing that.
Wait. Don't move. I have another question.
Let's get it.
Scenario question. This was a really good question, guys.
Really good.
If you fell out with somebody, a close friend, right? And this close friend still speaks to your spouse or partner, who's wrong? Your partner for continuing the conversation, or your friend for knowingly talking to your partner still?
That don't feel like no scenario. I'm out. I ain't saying nothing. That don't feel like no scenario.
That feels like how?
Did your partner? Hold on.
Not even
partner.
Huh?
Oh, good.
What were you gonna say?
Did your partner and that friend know each other before you?
No, they met through you. However, and I don't mean talking like, how's the weather? I mean like, hey, what's up? Okay, everything good? How's the family? how's your kids?
Is this on social media?
No, this is.
Chris don't like that.
This is in real life. Or in past,
she don't like that.
What if they work? If they work together?
Jeez.
So at that point, they're coworkers. I'm not asking my coworkers too much personal information, right? Like I feel like at that point they've been demoted. So there are certain boundaries put in place that what do you text my phone for? We could talk about the shift at work. We could talk about job duties at work. You don't need to know my personal business at that point, just because I feel like it's low-key disrespectful. Like for me, it's like if my homegirl, let's say, knows that we have a falling out, and now you're purposely in my head, because now you're purposely going out of your way to now text my man. That just sits weird, even to say it out loud. And I like, because then I'm thinking, all right, like my partner might be trying to be nice, ha, cool. That first text, I get it, because you're being a nice guy, but y'all not gonna be kiki and carrying on, because y'all are not friends. y'all are not friends.
I feel like if it was face to face, I wouldn't expect for her to just approach you and ask you a question. You just blank stare, like she's not standing there. But the text messages, like, nah. You're not gonna be just conversing through text messages, especially when y'all were not friends prior.
And I'm going to say this, and I'm gonna leave it there. To me, this is where women being different from men come into play. Women probably hold on to that animosity enough to do that, no one trying to piss you off, just because they know that y'all not. Just because she know y'all not cool. I'm gonna text him and ask about him and the kids, like you not their mom. Yeah, like nah, dog. That get to. I'm like, hey, you gonna have to talk to my representative.
Yeah, that would be
here.
best. That
Yeah,
would
you
be best
you
because
gotta talk to my representative.
as a
dog.
woman, that's a sure way to piss me off for sure. If
Yep.
we're not talking and you were not friends with my man prior to, you know, like me and him being together, and then you're texting him asking how are the kids, don't text his phone for anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's not a conversation there. And I don't want to be the one to have to tell you that because you already knew. So if I tell you, it's not gonna come out nice.
And my thing is, it would be so much worse if, look, I'm getting upset, but it would be so much worse if, like, you were not asking me when we were cool, you were not hitting me up randomly to ask about the kids. So for me, it's
Man, what?
if now there are conversations going on that you didn't even have with me when we were cool. You're weird. Like you're weird for that. You're weird.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you that you
every
being
time.
weird.
Hey, don't sip that tea like that after you say that.
Take that weird energy elsewhere.
Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, look, hey, Asia, you go ahead, yo. Put that tea down
Asia.
too. Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like stuff like that, I'm aborting mission, dog. Like, okay, like, see, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna get in trouble. It's cool. I might not even say nothing, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna just let it be. I'm not gonna respond. I'm not even gonna go back and tell you that she hit me up because it's like it's not even worth it. Like, because as a dude, and Jay, tell me your opinion. If I know we never talked and you all of a sudden hit me about the blue, I'm like, yeah, nah, dog. Red flag. I'm not saying nothing back.
If you work together, then you should tell her because you're gonna see this woman on a regular basis.
If y'all want the real key, I'm not doing that. I'm being super G with y'all. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying.
And Jay, know I'm not lying. I'm not doing that. So
I'm at work. You won't. Oh yeah, nah.
Hey, Jay has gotten on me in real time where we've gotten into shit and we left it. Jay be like, damn, you ain't say nothing. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying nothing.
Hey, look, and vice versa. Yeah. Caught me up in stories because I wouldn't say shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be. I'm being real. I'm not about to have my household on Hurricane Katrina because I went and said we went and said hey to each other. No, dog. Yeah. I'm not saying nothing. How was your day? How was your day today? It was good. Who you talk to? Nobody. No, dog. Move on. Nah, I'm not because women be dog. I'm up out of there. I ain't saying a word because that's vicious. Nah, I ain't lying. But so the third and final question. Great conversation, y'all on that. The third and final question. So y'all know we're in the culture of, women getting all types of, you got BBL, suck this out of here, put this in there. For the ladies of the show, would you judge a man that had any type of enhancement, height, hair, body, any of the above? They got it all out there for them too now. Would y'all judge a man if he had any type of enhancement? Man. Hey, look, I'm not giving it down to my man's problem. I'm saying anything. He may have hair transplants. He may have got the knee surgery that gave him 2 inches of height. He might have got the ab joints. I'm just saying, would you judge a man if he has some? Let's be real though. Women can do it, no question. Mm-hmm. Would y'all judge a guy if he got them type of enhancements?
They have. So you said abs, BBL, height.
Man, the answer is yes, because now you're a woman. Like what?
See, that's crazy, dog.
If he got taller, he's not a woman.
Yo, that's crazy.
No.
You telling me y'all both can't be laid up in the bed with scars?
Absolutely not.
Jay!
That's all. You got your titties done. He got his kneecap done.
Y'all both booking a couple post-ops massages.
Oh my God.
Little scar tissue removal. Hey, but a serious question though. Would it be okay if he got any type of enhancement?
It would have to be a super justified reason on the enhancement. And I honestly can't see one outside of like the hair, whatever. Like some men feel very strongly about going bald. I think Lewis talked about that at one point on the pod about like going bald, or maybe it was in person. But like outside of that, I sure hope so, because whoops. Actually, I think that was brunch. But
Go ahead, man.
Outside of that one.
Oh my God! Go ahead,
outside of that, like everything else, I would definitely judge. I would definitely judge. Although
what
I
about
could
the shoes,
understand
Princess?
why my short kings might want to enhance the knees. Depending on how short you are, like I could see that.
Yo, my wife said something crazy to that. She was like, "Is that real?" She was like, "Well, how many inches?" I was like, "Give you like 2 or 3 inches," and she was like, "If you 5'2", 5'3", you're gonna be short after the surgery. Why the fuck you gonna get that anyway?"
That's true.
That's a fact.
She was like, I get the 5, 6, 7 range where you trying to go into the high 5s or go over 6. But she like,
yeah. So I feel like those are the only two. Because when you start doing like Botox and stuff like that, you got to question your question mark for me anyway.
No.
All right. So DJ Marcusell said, "You better judge that man for his insecurities." Laugh out loud. F that. He says, "I judge women with excessive enhancements. It is what it is." He says, "Short kings better find a trade." Golly.
But like a BBL is like, that's
I feel like it's the same thing with the Cam Newton. If you got money, you ain't gonna get judged for it. If you don't have money, because there's a lot of women now. I'm gonna be real with you.
I think
there's
I
a lot of women.
To say, but go ahead.
There's a lot of women that don't get, huh?
Before you say that, let me just think about something. So with the height shit, you extending your knees, right? You getting taller.
Hey, that's really a real thing.
I know, but I'm saying, you think they gonna look goofy as hell trying to walk with knees they never had? But like you not walking like a 6'4".
It's your shin. I think it's like your shin or right above your knee. It's not your actual knee. They extend below or above.
You remember when Foreman had the braces and he was out there walking?
Yo, go ahead, Jay.
Like out there walking.
Hey, let me remove him from the screen. This say, go ahead, bro.
You had
brunch
that can't sit down. Come on, nah, man.
I'm gonna make this point. There's a lot more accessible booty operations now, so that is regular amongst regular women, way more than it used to be. It's way more accessible. This is my thing with hair. This is so I don't feel like certain. I don't know why. This is probably toxic masculinity. Certain things you shouldn't get, right? Like it just feel like women only get them. With hair, you can't go bald first and then go back and get it. You got to catch it before you get there.
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
The body thing, I feel like the body. Oh, Asia, I'm just being real. You can't. Like you got to catch it on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Me and my barber had conversations. The second you see some thinning, you better tell me. Let me know up front. Like when you got to go 2 different guards over the same head, let me know because we starting to get out of hands here. But I would just say I don't think it's fair, but I understand the judgment. I don't think it's fair, but I completely understand the judgment. But women can get whatever they want in order to look better. Guys just can't do it. That's what it boils down to. A guy better get it out the mud. A woman can go do what she feels is best for her confidence, or she just want to feel good, or I just want to look good. If a guy do that, you done, my dog.
Well, that's why I say it depends on which one. Like a BBL, like, what do you want me to say to that? What do you need a BBL for?
He just want to get his ass kicked. Hey, yo, Princess, you are wild. Yo, you are wild. He just want to get his abs carved out.
Oh, okay. Well, you better throw that extra fat in the trash then. Let them dispose of it. They don't need to put it in your ass. Like what?
All of that 10 hours looking like two.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I just don't.
They could just dispose of it. If you want to get man-made abs, then yeah, but like don't put that fat
somewhere else.
Right.
Hey, Asia, what does that face? What does that face mean, Asia?
I just got so disgusted, like just thinking about a man approaching me and I see his ass before I see him. You know what I'm saying? Like that just feels wrong to me. Like I just don't. That feels wrong. That feels wrong. Like, oh, your thighs don't match. Like that's weird. And I'm like, oh, who we talking about? What shorty we talking about? Oh, nah, my guy. Like that's weird. Like that's
damn, your thighs don't match. That's insane.
Yeah, like I just feel like some conversations I just don't. He's not for me. I also think, and it's just certain things that I really would judge. Like I think the reason why I would judge the abs, let's say, more than I would judge, let's say, the hair, because the hair thing, that's genetic. That's something that you cannot control that, right? So I get that, but then for me, it's like with abs. Like go to the gym, bro. Like at that point, it's like you're lazy. You're lazy.
Yeah.
And so, but then again, I'm like, with the height thing, how do we explain past and present pictures? Like, should I take down the pictures of us on social media? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are your knees at this point? Like, do you just have long shins? Or do you have short thighs? Like, what does that look like? You know what I mean?
But what if he got it before you, Asia? So there are no previous pictures.
Honestly,
but he just wants you to know he got the surgery. Like I got my legs extended 5 years ago. You okay with that?
Yeah. I would like the way I'm reacting now. Like I feel like I would just giggle. Like, what am I supposed to do with the information? And why did you tell me? Like, I feel like some stuff should go to the grave. Like, I didn't need to know that.
Asia, but what is this plot twist? He got it before you. You can't tell nothing's like different, right?
Yeah.
But he got to tell you because they hit an artery and my man package don't work no more. What you gonna do then?
First of all, sir, you should have known a lot of these things that could go wrong.
About love. You like him. Y'all done been on dates. You really, really like him, but he's like, yo, I got to tell you this before we go too far.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna say, like, it's been so nice getting to know you, but I want a family, and you can't provide me with that. So, you know, stay blessed. Like, I don't know what more.
Y'all can adopt and get some easy.
Yeah, like
what you say?
I said y'all can adopt and then get them kids some extensions. Y'all can.
No, man, what? Y'all crazy.
Hey, DJ Bargasell said, "Go to the gym could be said for the BBL victims too, but I'm judging all men going under the knife to make them feel better." I would judge them too. I just feel like women get that luxury. I just feel like women get that luxury.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that pisses me off. Like a woman can say, "Oh, I just want to feel good," and go do some wild, reckless surgery, but you know, it's cool. That's just like the guy-girl nanny. I'm just saying. But yo, so go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, do y'all feel the same about face enhancements as well?
I don't feel like them joints age well. Like if so, this is the thing that I'll say. I like natural jelly.
Yeah, me too.
But if you go get surgery and it looks normal and like feels normal, you look okay, I'm cool with that. If that's what you need. The thing about face enhancements, Princess, they don't ever look natural. Like you can always tell when somebody's had it. That's my issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you went and got a really good doctor and they went and did you up real nice, I'm saying BBL wise, I ain't gonna say I'll be my stamp of approval, but you're a grown woman. If it looks nice, I can't hate on you. That's something you wanted to do. But if you started shooting up your face and now it don't look natural, it doesn't age well, I get the right to say, like, I don't like that. Nah, dog. Like, that's not cool. To me,
I think people just get excessive with the face stuff. Because there's a way that it can definitely look natural, especially with the Botox. If you just don't want, like, when you smile or laugh or whatever, you don't want the wrinkles, but people take it entirely too far. Same with the lips.
Yeah. Lips, I feel like they just need to let that go.
And nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
They usually do the nose kind of good though. Not when they're going this way. No, hear me out. Not when they're doing this one, but y'all know this one right here. Sometimes they have like a little hump and they get it smoothed out. Those are done pretty. Those are done pretty nicely. It's when they start doing the nostrils.
Yeah. I get that. That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of it being fair, we got a fair foul, and then we're gonna get up out of here. So I'm really jumping in between these two. I feel like they both really good, but I'm gonna just stay with this. You know what I mean? Depending on where the conversation go, we might, you know what I mean? So, fair or foul. Texting while you on a date with your person. Is it fair to be out texting while y'all supposed to be having intimate time, or is it foul to be texting while you on a date? Fair or foul?
Depends on who you texting. You texting checking on your kids or something like that because they with the nanny. Then you know you making sure everything cool. But I think it's very I think it's very disrespectful to be on a date and you texting somebody else. You should give that person your undivided attention. And if you didn't want to be on a date with that person, you shouldn't accept it.
Yeah, I'd say.
And I want to say texting as in like it's taking up most of your capacity,
attention.
Yeah,
that's foul.
That's foul. Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on time too. Because if you send 1 or 2 texts, okay, that's whatever. But if you're like heavy in your phone, you don't want to be here with me. You gonna look down and look up, and I'm gonna be gone.
Yep.
Does it matter what number date it is?
No.
Are you asking like, is this your spouse or
like
so are you are you saying you're just dating and this happens?
So I'm gonna just use my experiences, right? I'm gonna use my experiences. There are some dates you could be in your phone. I don't care. You been in the whole time. Like we ain't even really like we just out. We maybe grab some food, but it's like hey, let's go grab some lunch real quick. It's not like hey, we went and put that shit on to go step somewhere real quick. If we went to go put that shit on the step somewhere, I don't want you in your phone. But if we just like, hey, let's grab some. Hey, look, we got to work early. We ain't about to go get the youngest yet. Let's grab some lunch. It's cool. Like we just chilling. To me, that's why I asked, does it matter? And then let me vote. I'm gonna say foul, but it's like the intentionality behind the date because after a while, when you with your person, you go on so many dates. Everyone not treated the same. Like it ain't like every date ain't meant for y'all to be talking all in each other's face. Maybe that's me. We just out cooling, grabbing some food real quick and going. To me.
Yeah, I can see that. Although I still try to be intentional about like not being on the phone.
Every time.
Yeah, that's the point of the day.
Yeah.
I just disagree. Okay, I mean,
I agree with you, Keenan. Like some dates there's levels to dates. Like it is sometimes like, oh, let's just go get dinner or go get lunch or whatever. And then some of them you putting that shit on. Like, okay, it's a different level. But all dates, I try to give my full attention.
So, do y'all believe in having weekly date nights, or is weekly too aggressive? Damn.
Do I believe in it?
I don't think weekly is too aggressive.
It depends on what caliber of date it is. Like,
well, talk to me.
Like, we're not going to like Fleming's Roof Chris like every weekend type of date, but you know, like if we're just, I don't know, one weekend we go to the movies, one weekend we go out to eat, you know, I don't know, one weekend we go see a show, something like that. But I do feel like every weekend, I won't say that it's aggressive, but it is a lot. But I do believe in dating like on a weekend once or twice a month for sure. Like having a date weekend once or twice a month.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't need every weekend.
Okay.
Can I add something really, really quick, y'all? I don't want to throw y'all off topic. I just made me think this is one of my homegirls I grew up with very long time. Speaking of movies, right? So she had a guy approach her, just trying to spit game to her, and wanted to take her out on the first date, right? Take her out on a date. So the first day he wanted to take her to the movies. She turned down the date and denied it because she said that she felt like that was a childish date. She felt like that taking her to the movies on the first date is more like something towards like date 4 or 5. She felt like the first date should be more at a restaurant, them getting to know each other. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can't get somebody in the movie theater. What are we doing?
Gotcha.
That's what we did. That's what we did, like in high school.
Okay.
Would I turn the date down?
Yes.
I don't know if I would turn the date down, or maybe I would suggest something else. Like we could still go to the movies, but we could still go to the movies, but can we get dinner before? Because even if you go to the theaters where they sell food there, you still cannot converse and get to know me there. So it's just we just gonna watch a movie and then separate.
Yeah.
Like how do I know if I want to go on the second date or not if we're not talking?
Yeah, not a first date.
I think that maybe I didn't give you context because I didn't have enough context. We don't know if they were going to go to dinner afterwards. We don't know what. She basically said that just going to the movies as a first date was a bit childish for her. Like she felt like she was older and she felt like that's not a first date. That's more like we've gotten comfortable, maybe 5th or 6th date. We just want to kind of vibe out and have a good movie night. She didn't feel like that was like first date material, basically.
I feel like if she's saying that,
put that comment down.
Go ahead, Princess.
I feel like if she's saying that, then he wasn't offering to do dinner before or after. That's I'm gonna be what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Asia. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's childish. That's not. I don't think it's childish, but I also don't think it's as intentional with trying to get to know me. And this is only if it's just the movie, right? Because if it is like dinner and a movie, okay, sure, right? Just because I do know that sometimes people will try to see like, okay, like, is she into, like, if it's a scary movie, is she gonna try to like, get closer to me? Like, what is this gonna be like even in the theater? I do get that. But at the same time, for me, it's like, if it's just the movie, what are we doing here? Just because there's no room for conversation. So I don't think it's childish, but
Keenan, what's your thoughts?
Jay, I'm gonna read this comment, then I'm gonna answer your question. He said, "They're saying this child how to." Okay, all right, cool. So,
hey, don't do my man like that. Read Marcus Hill comment.
I agree.
No, I had it up while Asia was talking.
I did. No, I wasn't being funny.
I didn't think you were, because I'm going right on that. Because this is my thing that I hate. I'm gonna be real, and it's gonna be like, dog, it's too it's too much. Like, if we're going on a date and I throw that out there, and that's not something you want to do, why let me take you to the movies? Say something before we get there. Like, don't, if that's not your vibe, say that. Like, hey, well, no, I'm really good on a movie. Do you have something else in mind? Let me go to number 2. Because the other part is like, I really feel like if you like somebody anyway, you may say movie. You might look around and like be in the car, rapping or whatever. You might sit around like, damn, you know what? Fuck that movie. Like, let's keep doing said thing. Because in my mind as a hunter, I'm just trying to get with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get you in my proximity to be able to rap with you. You know what I'm saying? So like, the movie could be, I ain't gonna say it's the most thoughtful thing or anything, but like, if we being real, it's a cost efficient way to take a lady out if that's what you would like to do. Maybe you did your homework and it's a movie she said she wanted to see and you threw it out there. But like, my whole thing is like, I'm trying to get in your proximity. I'm trying to get you close to my proximity so we can rap for real, and I'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just, it's so hard to kind of break through barriers like that. To me, in my personal opinion, like, okay, hey, let's go on a movie. No, to the example Jay gave specifically. Oh, that's childish to me. So,
yeah,
like,
you got to provide something else.
Yeah, like nah.
That she didn't, and not saying that they had to go to a very. I just read what she said, the post, and kind of going through the comments. I was more. I just wanted to know personally from y'all because I didn't know that going to the movies was not a first date for some people. Honestly, I didn't know.
See, I'm gonna tell you why it can be. 9 times out of 10, y'all done talked enough where y'all know each other enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. I think Asia said it. The dinner, the movie can't be the only thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know who was that you, Asia, that said that?
It was Asia. Well, yeah.
Like the movie don't be the only thing, but like, damn, like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that stuff burns me up. Like, what? Childish?
Yeah,
we done. Calling me fucking childish. I want to go to a movie.
No, childish is definitely the wrong verbiage.
But I definitely feel like there's room to give people ideas if they're trying to. You have to help people because they don't know you. So, like, if you ask me out for coffee and I'm not a coffee drinker, like I'm not a person that wakes up and drinks coffee every day,
fair.
Can I not suggest ice cream?
Right.
That's
like
fair.
Ice cream.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a similar date, but I want you to do what I like to do. You know, like because people assume everybody drinks coffee.
That's true.
I'm sorry, and I promise I ain't trying to. Like, you better be a hell of a woman with that type of talk in your game. I'm not bullshitting.
You talking about the movie thing, or you talking about like the coffee?
Like all of no. I agree with you. Offer something else. You didn't say no to the date. You just said I don't do coffee. Can we do ice cream instead? But like,
it's like I get what you're saying, Keenan.
Yeah, like sometimes they be overselling that shit. Like, oh dog, like you better be a hell of a person if you tripping that bad.
Yeah, like you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is also not a date.
Like
picnics aren't a date either.
But I gotta come pick you up though. Get the fuck out. No, dog. See, that's what burns me up.
And you can't mama because you helping her with bills.
No, yo, I hate CJ. You been wild. CJ, you taking that bill. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I think sometimes, and I mean this respectfully, I think sometimes now if you that nigga, hey, put your expectation out there, let it go. But like sometimes women be having that expectation, and I'm only speaking because I'm a male, and like, dog, what's on the other side ain't even worth the hassle. You a headache for real.
I agree 100%.
Like, damn, you up here putting me through all this and you a headache in real life. Nah, dog.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I'm not doing that. No, to me, that's just to me. And it burns me up because they get away with it. Oh, I wouldn't never do this. Okay. I wonder how you got to saying you would never do this. All right, I'm off my little tangent, man. Is there anything else or am I tripping though? Am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping.
Damn, I got here, but and nothing else on the fair foul. That I got one more, but we ain't gonna go there. So hey, look, man, appreciate everybody that tapped in with us tonight, man. It's your boy K.Mims. I got the ladies of the show, Princess Asia and Brittany, my Brody DJ J Dub. We are the Monday Night Crew, and we are out.